Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you stay tuned. But if you ever do happen to miss a show, which I don't know why or ever they would do that. But if you do, you can always go online at tglradioshow.com, tglradioshow.com. That's our website. You can catch up on shows there. Why? Because it's the good life. So make sure you do that. You never have to miss a show. And follow us on all of our social media platforms. That is at TGL Radio Show, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We are everywhere that you want to be. And if you want to join the good life really and be a part of the movement and help us grow, please, go purchase a t-shirt. It's that time of year where you're going to be giving. It's the gift of the good life. So, right under the tab TGL gear, you can do aprons and t-shirts, and, we're going to be growing. So I'm really excited about it. We have all kind of fun stuff coming up in the works, so you do not want to miss it. But you all know that we always have a theme for the week. And so this week's theme is Ask. And I don't know a better way to start this show than with Bobby Clark Alexander, who is my life coach and yours. She's on the phone from the ATL. I'm so excited to have her here. But along with her, we also have Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA in the studio with us. So y'all know on Wellness Wednesday, we do it mind, body, and soul. Yep. So we are going to have Bobby break it down for us. It's Ask. So she's going to tell us the power of the Ask. We are breaking down these next 3 weeks with Ask, Believe, and Receive. So sometimes y'all don't know what the next week is. Well, I'm giving you 3 in a row. So it's Ask, Believe, and Receive. So Bobby's going to hit us for the first segment. We'll have Bashan Jordan for the second segment. We're going to do some wellness questions. Everything you wanted to know and you need to know before you start a workout, while you're working out and all that, we're going to ask him questions, put him in the hot seat, and we will have NOLA Organic Spa. They are here in the studio on the other side of the glass, and we will be having that conversation in the third segment. So you do not want to miss the entire show because it is a good life. So Bobby, I like to throw you out there first because you are my favorite life coach in the whole wide world. You've been with me for, golly, Bobby, more than 3 years.
I know the time has passed.
Can you believe it?
Good morning.
So she's responsible for all this, y'all. No, I'm just joking. It's all you, Bobby. It's all you. But, the power in our words, the power of our tongue, the power in our ask, the importance of it. And it is the first step in such a monumental process that I thought this was a perfect conversation for you. I know that you are going to open our minds, and I'm really just going to give you the floor and kind of explain what is the power of the ask, Bobby.
Okay, good morning. There's so many avenues, but I'm going to try and pull it in the best that I can this morning for you guys. The ask, it has many, many, many connotations to it and many avenues that you can go down. And and the reason being is that sometimes there are motives. Are they good motives? Are they bad motives? Does the ask have a string tied to it? There's just so many things with the ask. But the power of the ask is if you don't open your mouth and ask, then you'll never know. You have not because you ask not. Scripturally, it lets us know that if we ask, it'll be given unto us to seek, and we shall find. That's in Matthew. You can find that in Matthew 7:7, and you can read that in its entirety. But there is a but in there, Eileen. Okay? And in the but, it's difficult for many people to ask, and especially guys, because there's this connotation of if I ask, I'm going to appear weak, or I'm going to appear dumb, or an idiot. Now, when you think like that, that actually comes from past experiences. Usually when you have an issue with asking, is because there is some unresolved issue, some self-esteem issue, a fear of rejection, or a fear of appearing less than.
Wow.
So you rather be lost, you rather hold up an entire project and maybe miss out on a business opportunity because you did not want to ask someone a quick question because they might be an expert in it. You may feel that if I ask them, then I'm going to owe them. Well, actually, I mean, sometimes if it's contingent on something that you really need, sometimes you have to go for broke if it's something that you really need. So you would just not ask and let the baby, be thrown out with the bathwater.
You talking to me this morning, Bobby.
Okay. And so this is the thing, Eileen. This is what I'm doing as a life coach and a mentor. As a life coach and mentor, I have groups, I have clients of people that are they contracted with me, or they're single clients. And what I'm doing is I'm forming a group of people that have like minds, like ambitions, people that you can trust, just like the billionaires have their clubs, and they only invite certain people, like Warren Buffett and Oprah, they'll get an invitation, but we won't.
Right.
Well,
Girl, I'm getting my invitation. I don't know about y'all, but mine's in the mail.
They have like minds. They have like ambitious goals and things that are in common because they deal with billionaire stuff. Okay,
Right.
that's only common to that group of people. So they share with each other and they form certain alliances because when things break loose or something happens, they can hit or call each other back and forth because they're in that 1% and they're going to experience the same things.
And they ask each other.
I'm sorry.
They ask each other.
And they ask each other questions. Okay? They confer with each other. I need the listening audience to really get what I'm saying here. In other words, what I'm saying is you have to get with like kind. You have to find your tribe. The world as we know it is changing rapidly and things are accelerating, going south. But
Yes.
you make your space. You make your world. You make your joy. But you do that by dealing with the change and dynamics that we have in this life.
Yes.
No, things are not the way they used to be. We got to stop singing that song. You used to be able to ask your neighbor, if you didn't have a piece of bread. Well, that's not our dynamics anymore, unfortunately. It is what it is, so we have to live in the now. Our new normal is people are selfish, it's about my four no more. Our world is very complex and hectic, and no one trusts anybody. And that's only
so
going
true.
to increase. So back to the power of the ask, you have to form an alliance. You got to trust somebody. You got to get your tribe. You have to get with other folk. You can't be an island. You have to be able to have a group of individuals that you can ask. And I'll throw this out there for people who have real issues with asking, Eileen. Sometimes you may do better asking a stranger that you may not see anymore.
Hello. You talking to somebody. You talking to me. Look, I got
Everybody.
heads nodding in the studio.
Everybody.
Yes. Look,
Yeah.
you have 5 people in the studio right now. We are all nodding our heads like, yes.
Ask a stranger. I travel an awful lot. There are things that are going on in travel, crazy things. And a lot of times I observe and I watch and I find out a lot of things. But sometimes I have to ask. And honestly, it's real easy asking. I usually will pinpoint people that look like frequent travelers. Because why? We all have a commonality. We travel, we hit the airports a lot. So we're actually friendly and we're more sensitive. So I can tell a world traveler, a person who travels, just how they handle themselves at the airport. They don't seem anxious. They seem right at home, like the airport is their second home.
And Bobby, it's funny that it's funny because I don't believe in coincidences, so I'm gonna reel that back in and put it back. But you brought up a question for me that it's a question that I know the answer to, but I want you to elaborate on it. When we're asking, we need to be aware of who we're asking.
Right.
I can't ask someone about a relationship if they aren't in a place to give me that type of information. I can't ask somebody about maybe taking my business to the next level if they've never been in that situation. And we need to search outside ourselves to ask people who are in different circumstances. Let's just say our family and friends. We like to ask our family and friends about our relationship all the time. And I'm not saying, people don't learn lessons from but I'd rather ask someone who's been married 52 years about marriage rather than ask my friend who I adore, but they may have gone through a divorce recently and still have bitterness. So asking them to help me on my love life it doesn't mean that they don't have good intentions. It just means that they may not be in the place to give me the good advice that I need.
Mm-hmm. Right, and with that, and that's a very good point. And actually, what you're doing is you're just offsetting what I said earlier. Remember, I was stating about getting with your tribe, getting with like kind. The billionaires get with the billionaires. I ask questions of strangers, of people in the airport that look like world travelers. They look like they frequent travelers. Why? Because we have a commonality. Actually, we're saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. But what you did was you put it in a different platform, maybe for the listening audience to understand even more. It's like you really have to stop doing that. Why are you asking someone about a business that works a 9 to 5 and they just, I'm going to my job, I'm working my job, and I'm going to get my check. Right. That is not the person to ask about starting a business. Mm-hmm. Right. Because they don't understand the entrepreneur mindset. Yeah. And that mindset is to take a risk, Bashan.
Yeah. Right. Which is totally different.
But it's a calculated risk. Yeah. You have to ask others who have taken that risk.
Right.
Okay? Not people who don't have the mindset. And I will throw this in. I think 9 to 5ers, and entrepreneurs don't make good matches in marriages unless they're extra special people because they have totally different concepts of the work ethics and how it works. If you're an entrepreneur, you work sometimes 7 days a week when you're trying to get that business up and running, or if you got a big contract, it takes what it takes. But you may get 2 or 3 weeks off where you're on the low and you're doing good, but you made some money that month.
I got something to say about that. For example, before my wife and I got married, I've always, been, doing the martial arts thing, pretty much my whole life, right? So, before we got married, one thing I told her is like, look, this is the career I'm taking or I'll be into. So you kind of see what the pattern is as far as the time I get off of work, which is, fairly late. If you're not with that, then we're not going to be together. And, you have to come with that understanding right off the top. Like, look, this is my lifestyle. Look, I love you to death, but guess what? But I love this too. So, and I started this before I met you, and so, that's how serious I was about what I wanted to do for my life. So, and, of course she understands, and of course we were married and stuff, but, don't get me wrong. We have our back and forth and things like that about it, but, she's not in the entrepreneurial business or whatever it may be, but she understands my mindset, my lifestyle, and things like that. So we have that equal agreement as far as, the time frame, the hours that I work and things like that. So
there it is, folks.
Yeah.
There it is.
In living color. There it is, right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and Bashan, thank you for that. Mm-hmm. This is real. This is really a hot topic. You can actually do a show and a platform with this, Eileen, in one of the next events that are coming. I mean, this is a hot platform that you really can do, and you can work this, because that's why a lot of people are failing in their lives and in their relationships, because they're not being true to who they are, and they're allowing other people to dictate who they are. You need to get with like kind. That opposites attract is just what it is. Mm-hmm. It is the chill, and it's the honeymoon. When the honeymoon is over and real life sets in, need to be with like kind. Not that you are identical, but you have the ability to think somewhat in the same ways and levels with each other, and that way you can get through anything.
And ask those questions. And I'm piggybacking off of you and Bashan's. Ask those questions that you need to ask and put forward what you need to put forward. Just like he was like.
In the beginning, don't be so desperate. I mean, what you're doing, you're destroying your life, someone else's life, and whatever child or children that come into the picture, you're destroying their lives. And for people who are, you just lead into so many streams, Eileen. You do this all the time. But for people who are staying together for the sake of the children, that program, that pseudo situation, it is going south so quickly these days because of the world we live in. These kids are coming more and more intelligent. We're evolving as human beings. There's more information in the world, so therefore intellect and know-how. These kids are coming with their eyes wide open, their necks straight, and they're not rolling all over the place. They're literally almost sitting up coming out. So you're not fooling anyone. And all you're doing is setting up generations to come of dysfunction.
Yes.
They saw their mama do it, they saw their daddy do it, so they think. Stop asking people who cannot help you, but only undercut you and keep you in a hole because they can't see how you can do that, and they can't. They're familiar with you. They don't think that you're able. They don't even have the mindset. They can't even see your gifts and your talents, and they can't speak anything positive into you. So why are you asking these people?
And oh, Bobby, you're hitting on it, because we're going to bundle this up and asking somebody who can't understand your purpose and passion. And it's not that they aren't a good person. It's that what you are here to do, what your purpose is not theirs. So they can't understand your path.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yes.
That's how they're looking at you. What? They haven't seen you do, but you might be in your mode. You might be in your lane in that thing that you're trying to get started. But they can't see it because you may have failed at everything else trying to be like someone else. And then when you find you need to find like kind.
Thank you.
With your tribe. Start getting in book clubs. Start getting life coaching. My God.
But what you said, Bobby, what you said is you need to find you because the answers are within you.
Yes.
Your answers are within you. And with life coaches like Bobby, you can pull them out of yourselves. We can pull them out of ourselves, but sometimes we need a little help. So Bobby, if they do need a little help, you can find her on BeWhoYouBe.com, BeWhoYouBe.com. It is just like that. She's like, I know it's Ebonics, but y'all know that's how we talk.
Yeah.
BeWhoYouBe.com. And how can they follow you on your social media platforms?
Right, it brings it straight home by Done Ebonic, by being Ebonic, but it is...
I love it. I love it.
Twitter, it is Twitter at B. Clark Alexander, and on my BeWhoYouBe.com, there's my email there. You can email me if you're interested, if you're really serious about getting life coaching. It is real, and that is what we do. We get it out of you. I go in, and I pull the real you up. You've been everybody else. You'll be surprised what you see when you're done with your session.
Yes, and so Bobby, like you said, we're going to have a whole show. We're going to pull you down to New Orleans next time you are here from the ATL, and we're going to have a full show with you and really get into it. We're going to make Bashan stay for the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll stay.
I love it. We're going to have a party up in here. So it is Wellness Wednesday, y'all. This is Bobby Clark Alexander, my life coach, and she is yours. She delivers her message all over the world, and she offers her gifts right here on The Good Life. So make sure you go to BeWhoYouBe.com to get into contact with her. We're going to take a quick break, but of course, this week's theme is ask. So we're going to ask Bashan Jordan, our 6th-degree black belt of Tiger Rock NOLA. We're going to ask him all kinds of questions when we get back. Everything you wanted to know, well, I hope so. We're going to ask him when we get right back. We're going to take a quick break. This is Eileen, y'all, and Bashan will be right back. I like this one better instead of having to go back and forth.
Yeah. I like this. This could work.
Hey y'all, I know it's so much easier. And then I can just pull him into that. Right, exactly.
You're stronger than what you thought. Ooh. Don't hurt nobody.